I believed for at least a month that I was dead. I was seeing things darting at my head, shadowy figures. I would see these full-fledged hallucinations. Hi, my name is Esme, and this is how I live with schizoaffective disorder. My parents were not the kind of people who would ask me to go seek help. I had to go and seek out myself. I knew that something was wrong with my mind, or that something was wrong other than just classic teenage angst. I was diagnosed with clinical depression and anxiety pretty quickly at 15 or 16. About 2 or 3 years later, my symptoms started to change. I started having symptoms of mania. As a freshman in college, I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. I was involuntarily hospitalized. It was terrifying. A couple of years into my time at Stanford, I began to experience psychotic symptoms, hallucinations that would cause me to kind of duck or dodge. I would think that my loved ones were replaced by doubles. The scariest thing to me was the stuff that I couldn't cover up. I could just imagine the people all around me looking and thinking, what is wrong with that person? They look insane. I had an education in psychology. I really thought this might be schizoaffective disorder. You have your psychotic symptoms in between the mood episodes. I brought this up to my psychiatrist. She didn't want to kind of put that stigma of a different diagnosis onto me. So we kind of were in a holding pattern for about 8 years. People don't really have an idea of what schizophrenia or the schizophrenias are. It's this idea of split mind or multiple personalities. I wrote the book, The Collected Schizophrenias, because I felt that so many of the books that currently exist are not written from the perspective of people who are actually living with the disorder. What I needed to hear when I was diagnosed were the voices of people like me. Listen to your gut feeling. Your gut feeling knows a lot more than you think. And your gut feeling has your best interests at heart. Not only that, but you can survive this, and you will survive this. And a lot of good things will happen to you if you can just stick this out and keep going.
This is Sammp4. This is Sammp4 for Samm's Sports Report and Samm's Mental Health Day. In 2017, after going to Shawnee Mission for a few months in 2016 to 2017, I felt pretty bad. I was still feeling bad when I got released from the hospital. I had Dr. Lipman as my doctor and started with Dr. Van Horn in March of 2017 when they made sure that I had to find a new doctor. A mental health condition with a schizoaffective is a mental health condition including with schizophrenia and mood symptoms and schizoaffective disorder, a combination of schizophrenia and mood disorder, such as depression. Symptoms may occur at the same time. Cycles, severe symptoms often followed by periods of improvement. Symptoms can include delusions, hallucinations, depressed episodes, and manic. High energy people with this disorder generally do best with a combination of medication and talk therapy. At this time, feeling
2017. After going to Shawnee Mission for a few months,
inconsistent with my mental health. I went to work at Camp Bow Wow, the same place I now work at, for 9 months. I really liked and appreciated the time, although it was better my second time around. Well, I did not do well with the inconsistent schedule and the inconsistent hours, and eventually it ended me back up into the hospital. I was okay. I can't really say anything other than the inconsistent schedule and the 6 a.m. shifts. No, I can't say it didn't help, but I can't blame it on one thing. The one thing of Camp Bow Wow would be better is inconsistent. When you're sick, everything becomes a tailwind. Everything starts to fall from the sky. I went and to stay at Shawnee Mission. It was a good experience again. I had another doctor this time that did not. That would be been a hard communication time. The lady at Shawnee Mission named is Kelly Klinger. She is a good group leader. This was at Shawnee Mission for the month of August through September. I had another experience with Cottonwood. I've had times where Cottonwood has been really good, 2 times where it's been really good, 1 time where it was bad, 1 time where it was good. 1 time where it was okay, 1 time where... After my experience with Shawnee Mission, I would return to Camp Bow Wow for 3 months. And then I wanted to go to Florida, and my boss wouldn't let me, so then I quit the job. Now my work is more accommodating, and which I want to thank them for that. I remained to get sicker in 2017. I felt terrible, and other days I felt okay. At this point, I joined NAMI in 2017 in Kansas City, Missouri. Florida until March. I kind of marched by the skin of my teeth. I came home and applied for Office Max. We're going to stop right there. To come is Office Max. Sometimes you don't know it until you feel bad. This is a very important thing, so I'll play this. This is Sam Vaughn for Sam's Sports Report and Sam's Mental Health Day.
In the 3 games in the hospital room, and I watched it from the hotel, the 2 games in the NCAA tournament, and I kept a blood pressure monitor next to me that they actually wanted me to take my blood pressure at times when I would get a little bit animated or a little bit upset because I thought maybe we didn't execute or the officials didn't give us a 50-50 call. So and I did that, and it was amazing to me the how the body works. That they said, well, just don't get it over a certain number, and I actually kept it under that number. But I thought the number they gave me is they told me that I need to improve my diet and exercise more. I don't know if anybody can believe that, and I'm actually in the process of doing both, and been pretty diligent at that. But I feel fine. My energy level is probably back to where it was prior to the episode, but not where it's getting ready to go. I believe that. I think sometimes we don't realize we don't feel well until we actually feel well and know the difference. And I'm in the process of feeling well again. So I'm excited.
And then go on. Go ahead.
So that's when I started going to a counselor and starting to really kind of unpack some of the why I might be depressed, why I was dealing with depression besides the chemical piece of it. Just, not knowing who my biological dad was, feeling odd because I was raised. I mean, the person I call my dad now, he was there, but my parents were raised in a generation where the priority was like taking care of the basic needs. So it wasn't like they had a whole bunch of time to like sit there and be like, how was your day and things like that. It didn't come natural to them because it wasn't, their parents didn't have a chance to do it for them because like my mom's parents were sharecroppers, so they had to work all the time, and my dad's parents, they had to work all the time too. So because they were providing for, my mom was one of 12, my dad was one of 7. So imagine providing for that many kids.
Did you ever meet your real dad?
I did meet him once when the Christmas of that sophomore year of college. I met him in Greenwood, Mississippi. We were in Mississippi for Christmas, so we took a trip to meet him, which I didn't even know it was happening that day. until I got in the car.